G'day all, Kingbrown here, and yeah, waving a sharp knife around here. I'm going to cook up a dish today, and I just saw, I might even mention my knife that I'm using here. Again, no sponsorship involved at all. I bought this a few years ago. It's an Australian made knife, and it's called Fireblade. It's a beautiful little knife. I might get some close-ups of it later on. I think the guy, a bloke in Melbourne, was making. As far as I know, they're still out there. Highly recommend them. This, and I've bought a lot of knives in my life, this was by far the sharpest knife out of the box by about 20 times than any other knife I've ever bought. I'm telling you, it was ridiculously sharp, and it's just an absolute beautiful knife to work with. Yeah, can't praise it enough. Actually, I generally don't use it a lot anymore. I keep it away, but just recently I thought, nah, it's a good knife. I'm going to start using it all the time again. So anyway, back to the dish. What we're doing here, we're going to do some cooking. I'm actually going to do a recipe. It's in my book actually, but I haven't consulted the book whatsoever. I'm going completely on memory, which is, you know, pretty much how I cook anyway. The dish I'm going to be cooking though is a very favourite one of mine for sure. It has one of my favourite ingredients in it. It has this little beauty here in it, Guinness. Love the stuff. I like cooking this dish because it means I get to go to town and buy a 6-pack of Guinness, because I need half a can or a can in the dish, and I get to drink the rest of them. So yeah, so the Guinness must be cold, obviously. Yeah. Anyway, beef and Guinness, and here's our ingredients. We're starting over here with the meat. We've got osso bucco. Got a few pieces here ready to go. Now look, you can use lots of different cuts of meat, but I just accidentally found out years ago when I was catering, I used a big swag of osso bucco to make this dish at I think it was a 40th or something for 150 odd people, and it was extraordinary because you get that beautiful marrow and everything coming out over time, so it adds to the dish. So yeah, that's my favourite cut to actually use doing this sort of a dish. Now I did forget to buy a bacon bone, but I happened to have bought some nice smoked bacon. It was a butcher here in Tamworth. I'm at Tamworth at the moment. We bought it for breakfast, and I've just sacrificed a couple of pieces of his nice smoky home smoked bacon or shop smoked bacon to go in it as well, instead of the bacon bone. Now we've got some potatoes, we've got some carrots, and you'll notice the the fancy work on the carrot. Look at that. I might have to do a video on how to do that later. And I've got some celery here. Now I like to use the hearts of the celery, so we've got the leaf in there as well. No problems at all. And I'll chop them up a little bit smaller, mainly for the stock, very crucial for the stock. We've got some onions. Now these are red onions, and the only reason I'm using the red onions is because I've got a bloody heap of them here and I didn't have any brown ones, but that's fine. Onions are onions, it'll be fine, I'm sure. Guinness, of course, will be going in. We've got some tomato paste to go in. We've got some chicken stock to go in. Okay, I'm not going to make beef stock because it's going to be beefy anyway. And I've got a bit of time. Time goes good with beef. In actual fact, that time, what I'm going to do, I'm going to dust these osso bucco pieces in some flour, and I'm going to brown them off quickly in the camp oven. I've actually got the camp oven heating up over there as we speak. But what I want to do is I want to add the thyme into there, and oh, I can smell it already actually. And I'm going to put a big heap of it in there and mix that into the flour. And then we'll dust them in. We'll be dusting the meat with that. Secret. Oh, over here also we've got some garlic. I've got 2 cloves of garlic, big cloves. One's still here. I just smash it like that, and look at that. It's straight off. It's ready to go. I'll just throw it in like that, and you can chop it up again if you wanted to from there. Now here is my secret ingredient. Okay, because Guinness is actually very bitter, so you need to have something to offset that a little bit. And an old friend of mine, a very good and wise camp oven cook, many years ago let me on his little secret of his beef and Guinness. He said, Ronnie, he said, chop up some pitted dates and throw in there. They'll disappear, and this is exactly what happens. The pitted dates will disappear into the stew. You won't even know they're in there. But what they'll do is they'll sweeten it a little bit and counterbalance the bitterness from the Guinness. But apart from that, they actually add a beautiful, smooth texture and a mouthfeel. Hard to describe, but it really, really offsets this dish. Highly recommend throwing a good handful of Guinness, and you can put them into taste. If you're having a sip and it's still very bitter, throw a few more dates in. You know, that's how you do it. So anyway, I'm going to dust up this piece meat, and we'll head over to the campfire. I think the camp oven should be getting pretty hot by now, and we'll brown them off quickly, and we'll build our stock, and it's going to be a very yummy dinner coming up. Look at that. That's all you're going to do. The camp oven's been sitting up here on the compact campfire with some charcoal under it here now for, I don't know, 5 or 6 minutes. We're going to have a look to see if it's warm enough yet to cook on. Yep, bit of black smoke coming out of there just from residue oil that's been in there. Don't worry, the pot is very clean. It might look a little bit rough, but it's probably got a bit of flour dust on there from making dampers, and I've just oiled over the top of it instead of washing it. But that's what I want. I want a nice hot smoky floor, and I'm going to use a good high temperature oil, a healthy high temperature oil. This is macadamia oil. It's pretty much my new favourite oil at the moment. I'm loving it. It's apart from being good for you, it's very good for browning things on very high temperature. Lots of smoke coming out of there now. That's good. That's what I want. I want it very hot. We'll drop in a couple of these pieces of floured ossobuco, and they should sizzle. Yes, they're sizzling. I've got room for another one. Oh, he's a big one. He's all bone. Look at the size of him. Alright. Now I'm just going to fry these up. I don't like crowding the oven. Everyone knows you should never crowd your oven. But this is pretty hot under there. I think I'll get away with it. We'll jam the other one in there as well. Now, I'm not trying to cook them. I'm just getting a bit of colour on the bottom. When you fry, there's a reaction. It starts with M. There's a technical name for it. I can't remember what it's called. But anyway, that reaction will crystallise and caramelise the sugars and proteins and with your oils and your meat, and produce flavour. So we want that in there. So we're going to brown this up just to help get a bit of flavour into the dish. And once we get it browned up, we'll start building the stock on top of that. So we'll just give that a few minutes, and we'll turn them over and give them a couple of minutes on the other side, and then we'll build our stock. Okay, we've had the ossobuco pieces in here, frying away here for, I don't know, 5 or 6 minutes, I guess. So they should be starting to brown up on one side quite nicely. Let's have a bit of a look. We'll turn them over. Oh yeah, look at that.
Nice.
Oh, look at that. Bit of caramelisation on there. That's nice.
Looks good, hey?
Let me take that back. Look at that. Fantastic. Alright. Not as hot on this side. See, brown. Not quite so brown over here. That's less heat on this side of the oven. I can fix that. I can just put a bit more charcoal under him on this side. Alright, we'll give that a few more minutes here. And we won't give it too long. We're going to start putting some onions in there. I'll just top him up on this side. And I'll burn the hand because it's hot stuff. No, it's not too bad. I just want to get that heat up to scratch on the whole floor of the oven. We're going to, I can hear it popping away there now. Oh, it's hot in my fingers. Should have my gloves on. Trying not to burn the nice turf here at the Tamworth Equine Centre, I think it's called, where we're situated here at the moment. We're actually all set up and ready to go for the Tamworth Outdoor Adventure Expo, which is on Friday and Saturday, which happens to be tomorrow and the day after. And because we're all set up in that, we thought, well, bugger it, let's cook up a nice dish in the camp oven and do a bit of filming for you guys. So that's how this all came about. I'm trying to get some time to do more cooking videos for the channel, and I've been a bit slack the last couple of years. And, well, it's not because I've been slack, it's just because I've been very, very busy and on my own, and it's very, very hard to do the filming on your own. But I'm lucky today, I've got the beautiful Martina here holding the camera, so it makes a big difference. Alright, it's been a couple of minutes, I'm getting impatient. Bit of browning happening in there, probably wouldn't hurt to go a bit longer, but look, that's fine. I'm just very impatient here, and I want to get some other stuff happening. I'm going to pile that up there like that. I also want to get my garlic down into there on the floor, and my onions, get them down there onto the floor. We'll get a bit of a caramelisation happening on them. I'll show you a little trick of what I'm going to do there. Where have I put it? It's over here on the pantry. There it is. The good old Worcestershire sauce, Holbrook's. It's good stuff, isn't it? Nice fruity flavour. Yeah, we'll splash up the onions with a bit of that. We'll go for that. Alright, I'm just going to throw the lid on, let them steam in. I'll give them a quick stir every now and again, and we'll just caramelise those onions up a little bit, and then we're right to go. Okay, let's have a look at how we're going over here. I had a look a couple of minutes ago, and we've got a bit of colour on those onions now. And I lifted the lid to give these onions a stir a little bit a minute ago, and Martina let out a bit of a gasp, didn't you? Because it smelled pretty good, doesn't it?
It's good. I love it.
It smells.
It makes me hungry.
It smells very, very nice. Trust me. Yeah. All right. They're all breaking down nicely. Yep. That's fine. I'm very keen to get some stuff happening in here. So, all right. So I'm going to let that the way it is. My favourite part, I get to deglaze with a can of this beautiful stuff. And it's only 10 o'clock in the morning, but I'm really hoping that I don't need the whole can. we'll put some in here just to get a bit of a coating on the floor, basically. That's about a third of the can, I guess I'll put in there, maybe half. So I don't want to put too much in at once, because I don't want to drop the floor temperature of the oven too much. I want that to come up bubbling again pretty quick. It's bubbling again already. And let's add some, got them going everywhere. Drop our vegetables in there. Actually, I've got to move that meat too, I forgot about that. Where's me tongs? Over here, found them. I just want to layer that meat over that onion. It'll be underneath in the onion. We'll put him around there like that. Alright, a layer of potato. Oh, I forgot to chop that one. Look at that. I'll take him back over and chop him. Layer of potatoes over that. And then look at these beautiful carrots. A layer of carrots over the top of the onion, the potato. And the green ones over there. Look at that. How healthy does that look? Alright, and I reckon beer's not good for you. Rubbish. Look at that. That's very
nice though.
Beautiful, isn't it?
It's very yummy.
Alright, I'll chop up this again in a minute and throw him back in there. Just like that. Now we get that straight in with that one. And we need to add we've got some bacon here. I'm just going to spread that over the top of it like this as well. I've actually chopped the bacon up a little bit, and it just brings that little bit of a smoky flavour to the dish. Nice. And our dates, of course. I'll sprinkle them over there. Oh,
Yum.
that's awesome. I'm going to have to put some tablespoons of tomato paste. I'm going to put 2 in there.
2, 3.
2 or 3, maybe 3.
3, yeah.
Yeah.
I see that.
A good healthy dose. And
It's already boiling.
already boiling down there, but we'll slow it down again now. We're going to put some more beer in it. There's not much of that can left. There's a little tiny bit. There's only a mouthful left, but cheers.
Oh, gee.
Oh, that's mother's milk, that is. That's fantastic stuff. And of course, we'll add a bit of chicken stock. Just a touch. I can always add a little bit more later if I need be. Now I'm looking for my level of liquid. There it is down there. I don't want to bring it up to the level of the vegetables. That'd be a bit too soupy. I'm going to leave it down below the level of the vegetables and let it get cooking, because it'll simmer in. And if you start with the liquid right up level of the vegetables, you'll end up with a little bit too much liquid. So I'm happy with that level. I can see it. There's a good couple inches of liquid there. It's about an inch or so below the top layer. We'll get it cooking at that pace and simmering away nice. We'll just let that go for the next hour and we'll have a look. I'm going to slow cook this though for probably 2.5, I reckon. I don't think it'd be doing it any justice to give it anything less than 2.5 hours at that. And it's going to be a very, very delicious, well, what are we going to have? Late lunch? Early dinner. It's going to be a very delicious early dinner tonight.
Well, love it. Can't wait to test it.
Yeah, we've been sitting over there just watching the steam and putting up with that beautiful smell coming out of this camp oven for about 30 minutes, I think. Might be a little bit longer actually. So anyway, we're going to lift the lid for the first time and have a bit of a look and give it a stir. And I just want to let you know before I do that, actually I did add an extra ingredient. I forget it, and I forget it every time, just bay leaves. I put in 3 or 4 bay leaves in there as well. And I still don't know what bay leaves do. Nobody seems to be able to tell me, but I know they add something, so I like to chuck them in. This sort of dish in particular with beef, bay leaves are very good in them. So anyway, let's have a look, see how we're going. Plenty of steam, just cracking away there, a lot of heat. See that level? It's come right down now, it's thickened up. Okay, this is where I'm going to start adding some chicken stock to it. Build the level of liquid back up a bit. Can you see in there past the steam? Ow. Bubbling really hard. I cracked the heat up under it too. I'm going to put some more chicken stock in there and build it up. Slow that down a little bit. Yeah. Looking very nice. That's slowed him down a little bit. Look at the colour of that liquid in there. Look at that. I'm going to have a little taste test of that. There's one of me bay leaves. Look at that. How's that for colour?
Sky scores good.
Let's have a taste.
Alright.
Oh, that's perfect balance. Very happy with that. Bit tomato-y at the moment, but that tomato paste, it'll blend in. Maybe I should have put 2 in, not 3. All right, we're gonna put in some bit more stock because I want to bulk it up a little bit, and just adding a little bit. We're going to slow this down now with the heat underneath. Look at that meat. Look at that. All right, time to add a bit more liquid in there now. Might put the rest of that in there. Fantastic. Righto, let's get that on there and get that stewing again. I might add a touch of water to build that up a bit actually, because it's reducing down very fast. Add some more stock. I can always add a bit more beer if I have to. There we go. Just going to give that another taste. Oh, that is good. No doubt about it. Rightio. Slow the heat down and let it simmer for a couple of hours. Okay, well, it's been a good 3 hours now. We've actually been to town and come back and went and had a look at the big golden guitar and did a few touristy things here in Tamworth. And I have to, full disclosure, I have to admit I did forget on one of, I don't know if I mentioned earlier, but I had to add some bay leaves, and I forgot to add the bay leaves. So I put the bay leaves in, and I actually added 300 mils or half of one of these 600 ml bottles of water. So I've used half of one of them in there as well, because it was a little bit dry and I knew I was going away and I wanted it to be able to stay nice and moist and just steam away and simmer for the whole time we're gone. So anyway, let's have a bit of a look at him. Plenty of liquid still in there. Let's have a look at that meat. How good is it going? I mean, I'm cutting it with a spoon. It's fallen to bits. Look at that. How tender is that? That's exactly what we want. There's a bone. Look, the bone's empty. The marrow's in there. And just come around there a bit, Martina, because of the light. You're in the shadow there. There we go. Yeah. Look at this. This meat's just fallen to bits of a spoon. Look at that. How good's that? Oh, I think we've got a bit too much for me and you to eat, Martina. We better find some volunteers to come over and have some dinner with us tonight.
I will call some people here to come up here.
Oh, you'll make a couple of calls? Oh,
yeah, I think so.
I don't think it'll be too hard to get some volunteers to come up and taste it. The poor buggers have been working hard here all day getting ready for this expo, and the smell must be driving them all crazy.
Alright. Makes me hungry.
Yeah.
Can I have some a little bit?
Alright, we might just get some footage of me putting some on the plate.
Alright.
The big moment. Dishing it up.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh, look at that.
I think for me that.
Just for you.
So, thank you. Put some a little bit.
A little bit more carrot.
Yeah.
Potatoes have disappeared a bit. Oh, there's a bit of potato there, look.
Alright.
There we go. Nice and saucy. You'd want a bit of rice with yours, wouldn't you? I might just have some
Yeah,
toast.
rice. Yeah, rice is life.
Nice. Okay, that looks absolutely delicious. And got myself some toast here to sop up that juice. Yeah, but first I'm going to have a taste of this meat. Yeah, look at this meat, a big chunk. Oh, it's just fallen to bits. Oh yeah, get on the fork. Oh yeah. The Guinness is there, but it's not bitter. It's in the background. The dates did their job nicely. They've sweetened it out. Thanks to my old mate Rob, Potty Dodger we call him, for that tip with the dates. I've been using that for many years now, and it never lets me down. Anyway, I'm going to hook into this, and I'm going to probably have another plate full. Happy cooking, everybody. Kingbrown out.